And we're back for the very last episode of our Super Highlights here on this day dedicated to animation. Of course, you're still following Le Rendezvous Biarritz 2021. And when you were a child, did you let yourself go into imaginary universes? Did you dream of crazy adventures with colorful characters? Well, in a world where imagination has no boundaries, Little Furry is ready for new exciting adventures in a second season. Adapted from the comic book with the same name, Little Furry is a cute and endearing little guy who will introduce you to a world full of tricks, of course, colors, and even funnier characters. To learn more about it, it's my great pleasure to be joined by the passionate Mediatoon team, which is launching the second season of 39 episodes. Jérôme Albi. Hi to you, Jérôme.
Hello, Marjorie.
Fanny Gilabert. Hi, Fanny.
Hi.
Solène Crépin.
Hello.
Hey, hey. And Franklin Cadre.
Hi.
But before we dive into what Little Furry is all about, let's try to ask the question to Little Furry himself and find him.
But Jérôme, have you seen Little Furry?
Who?
So, Fanny, have you seen Little Furry in the end?
Well, we were looking for Little Furry to bring him back on his season 2, but we couldn't find it anywhere. In the end, someone must have kept it for himself.
Yeah, I admit, it's me. So, to start from the beginning, Little Furry is a living ink mark. A very cute living ink mark, very hairy, with a little red nose. He came to life in 2007 as a preschool book for kids. 24 albums have been released since 2007. It has been translated in over 10 languages. Petit Poilu, Little Furry, Petite Polite, Bolita de Pelo. And then, well, thanks to the creative talents of Dupuis Audiovisuel and the support of Canal+, RTBF, VRT, it turned into a very, very successful TV show. Remember, we launched it a few years back at MIPCOM.
Wow, yeah, I guess it was in 2017, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
This is definitely what I call a success story, of course. The first season has been broadcasted in more than 75 different countries, again, and on channels such as SRC, D'Agostini, CCTV, MBC, just to name a few, of course. But moreover, Little Furry is actually recommended by the French Ministry of Education, and it's teacher-approved.
Yep.
What about that? I mean, Fanny, are you taking over?
Of course, but before telling you everything about Little Furry, let's hear a few words from the people who know him best, its creator, Céline Frépon and Pierre Bailly.
Okay, let's do so.
La série Petit Poilu défend des valeurs comme l'empathie, la bienveillance, l'humanité. Le personnage de Petit Poilu, c'est un petit bonhomme optimiste, courageux, curieux, qui aime à découvrir le monde, à rencontrer d'autres personnages et à être en interaction avec eux pour en ressortir grandi. J'espère que les enfants qui lisent Petit Poilu sont chargés de toutes ces valeurs après la lecture des histoires.
Je pense que dans les albums de Petit Poilu, l'autonomie est très importante, c'est-à-dire que dans les albums de Petit Poilu, l'enfant lit l'histoire tout seul. Et c'est ça qui vraiment va faire en sorte qu'il va se sentir grandir. Et j'ai l'impression que le personnage lui-même, dans toutes ses aventures, part tout seul face à un monde qu'il ne connaît pas. Et ça correspond très, très, très bien, à mon avis, à cette tranche d'âge où l'enfant est à la découverte de plein de choses et s'émerveille d'énormément de mondes et d'univers. Et c'est ce qu'on essaie de faire dans les albums de Petit Poilu, en fait.
Thank you so much to Céline and Pierre to allow us to know this character a little better. But for you, Fanny, who is Little Furry in the end?
Very quickly, in a few words, I would say that Little Furry is creative, quirky, and lovable. He's the mirror image of a child at an age where he's discovering everything. He is curious, sensitive, eager for adventures and happy to throw himself into the unknown. He's very sociable and driven by his desire to discover the world and meet the people who live in it. But he's not perfect. He has his very own temper, just like every child. The message at the end of each episode is always positive. Thanks to the help of his friends or to his own will, Little Furry always finds a way to learn from life's first challenges.
Absolutely. Well, nobody's perfect, huh? So now let's ask Canal Plus, the co-producer of season 1 and 2, to tell us a bit more again about Little Furry.
Canal Plus co-produced Little Furry because it is a great show. This amazing character is very endearing, optimistic, curious and courageous. Open to new encounters, he visits with enthusiasm and curiosity, zany, funny and sometimes strange worlds. Each of his adventures deals with basic subjects such as jealousy, friendship, fear of injustice, anger and so many others that open up discussions with the young guest. The young viewers of Canal Plus just love it. These poetic and playful adventures are a real success of our audience.
So Solène, who's Little Furry?
First, I would love to say thank you, Natalie.
Sure.
Indeed, Little Furry is a lovely little guy who each morning goes to school, but on his way, nothing ever ends up as planned. Little Furry falls into funny and unpredictable adventures where imagination has no boundaries. He meets new friends and he discovers amazing different places. Anything can happen. Our hero could be picked up by a bird and taken up to the skies, or fall into a hole and travel into space and time. I see you. It might be scary.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
I know.
To me it is.
Yes, it is. But thanks to the new buddies he meets, he overcomes his fears. Turns out this is his very own school, and that's the way he learns and grows up. And you know what? Do you know what?
Nope. I don't.
This new season has even more adventures and wonderful characters. This series actually fosters expressivity by non-verbal communication. But don't imagine silent episodes. Music and sounds always play a very important role. It's almost like a puppet show. Last but not least, the settings are always simple, but very colorful. And it gives to the whole a very nice aesthetic.
Well, actually, yeah, Little Furry speaks volume to me. And how about we actually watch together a sneak peek for season 2? Do you want to see that?
Yeah.
Well, of course you know all about it, but you probably haven't, got a glimpse at season 2. So, ladies and gentlemen, just for you, sneak peek of season 2 now. Well, adventure, comedy, and tenderness. What else could you ask for? But Franklin, I could ask for more actually with you. What is your favorite episode of season 2?
Well, I think my favorite episode would be Candle Wake Up and Scare, which you just saw in the teaser, the two little matches in the sea.
They have a name?
In this episode, Little Furry arrives in a place where his friend Match and Matchy live, but it's a very threatening world where it's all made of fire and bombs explodes everywhere.
Wow.
So, and even his little hair gets burned. Oh, no. So they really need to leave this place. And luckily, on the other side of the shore, there is this small village called Candle Wake Up and Scare. Oh. Which seems like heaven in comparison. It's all peaceful and very nice environment to settle in. So why not settle there? But when they arrive, they realize that the candle wickers are extremely fearful. So when Little Furry and his friends are here, all the candle wickers just run away. So the question is, will they be able to get along all together? And I won't spoil because you will have another glimpse at the episodes at the end of our presentation. But I truly hope that you will love it as much as I do and we do. Yeah, because it carries very strong values of tolerance, inclusivity, and diversity. And all that with a lot of humor and poetry. So you'll tell me about it.
Well, actually, I think, by now I feel for this little guy, It's just like, you tell me that he just got his head burned at some point. I'm like, no, I don't want to see that happening. But we'll probably get a glimpse at it in a few seconds. But Jérôme, do you have one last word before we actually see more about this episode?
Well, as you can see, like very, very safe and values really that are really universal. In a nutshell, I would also say that Little Furry is a perfect mix of adventure, of comedy, of imagination, of poetry, and magic, which will suit preschoolers all around the world. I want to also take this opportunity to thank broadcasters who have already come aboard with us on season 2, such as Canal+, such as DaiQ, NBC, Hub TV, and many, 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 many more. Last but not least, I want to thank also TV France, Uni France, our host, and of course, re-mention again that my team and I are here if you want to know more about this great new second season. And as Little Furry would say, and that's where we take our little red noses and say...
What?
Alubage!
Oh, alubage, yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, before we do alubage together, it's going to be time, promise as a promise, to actually get a glimpse at this brand new episode. So let's travel to Candle Week up and scare.
Hello, buddy.